Yep. Me and Anthony here are both big card game fans. We really like cards. We like making cards. We like playing cards. We
We like
love
eating cards.
debating and rage baiting cards. In terms of speaking about personality for MTG color palette, I probably just lost half the audience, but it's okay. As you have probably already gathered, if this is something that you think of commonly, Anthony is a pretty blue-focused mage, and I am a pretty red-focused mage in terms of our personality. Now, what that means for those of you who are currently speaking English is that I think about things passionately and emotionally. When I play a card, I want it to do something cool. Anthony thinks about things analytically and is very, very good at making fun of the numbers I put on cards. So, I have made 10 custom cards. Anthony has no idea what any of them are, and
I
we're
don't
going to
even know
go
what they're
through.
themed after. Nothing. I've just been told there's 10 of them. I'm assuming it's like Ravnica Guild colors.
First and foremost, guess what the focus of the set is. I'd like to see if you can guess, because all 10 of them revolve around a specific idea. You guessed Transformers before we started recording.
Yeah.
That is not the case.
Not cubics either. We've deduced at least
No.
this much. Shoot. I'm gonna. Is it a TV show at all? Is it like an IP?
Technically, yeah.
Technically?
More film. Film-centered.
Oh, is this? Oh, okay, Smogmon. Is this
Maybe.
Godzilla?
Maybe it is.
Okay.
Maybe it isn't.
Okay, we're doing this.
Alright.
I will
Alright.
say my only exposure to that property is the Kaiju Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh
Which are all
no.
vaguely themed after.
Okay, real talk though, I love the kaiju cards. They're such a fun mechanic to give your opponent something and then beat their ass. We're gonna start with a simple one that I think people are going to be very happy to see. A little heads up, Godzilla is not in here. And why I chose something like this over Transformers or anything else that I am extremely, hyper autistic about, is because the Godzilla crossover with Magic did not do the characters justice. They just did different card arts for already existing Ikoria beasts, and that's pretty underwhelming. We're going to start with something very simple. This card is in Gruul, red-green, and the reason for that is because this is just a big dino. Its whole story is that it comes down from the mountain and it destroys. So, allow me to introduce you to a board wipe in the command zone, Varan the Unbelievable Destroyer.
Okay.
And now,
Man,
if you understand that title reference, I'm very proud of you.
I have no idea what that could possibly be referencing. I'm just
Cool.
enjoying the fact that man is like Super Sentai flying.
Yeah, he's just woo. Varan is a 8-cost 6/6 with flying, and this creature is meant to be a board wipe in the command zone. This is a dinosaur with Enrage, and whenever Varan Unbelievable Destroyer is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. All creatures lose indestructible until end of turn. That is to prevent infinites, where you're stuck in a combat loop. And then it fights target creature. This will trigger Enrage yet again, and you fight. Now, the thought
So fuck
process...
tokens.
Yeah, fuck
Just
tokens.
fuck tokens. You have a board
Yep.
of 1/1s? No, I
No.
have God now.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
First of all, Apex Devastator. Have you heard of it? Sorry, it's not Apex Devastator. It's Apex Allosaur. Okay.
Oh, my
Allosaur.
bad. I'm sorry.
Altosaur. Okay.
Petting
It's-
my cat.
So this is cheaper, but it's also 4 points. Wait, you gave a non-white dino flying?
I sure did.
Is it just because of the card art?
So his entire thing is that he's one, really good at killing shit, two, really hard to kill, and three, can dominate in the land, air, and sea. Ooh woo.
Dominates, you say?
You can see that he has like the flying squirrel skin flaps. He glides around.
Yeah. I actually think that this card is fucked, but not for the reason you might think.
Okay, hit me with it.
So, the issue is that he's not a board wipe.
Oh no.
He's a wait a turn board wipe. When he hits the
Oh,
battlefield,
I
he
get
don't
what
do
you're saying.
shit.
I
He
get
don't
what you're
do
saying.
shit. Apex Altasaur is good because it enters and immediately fights something to trigger its enrage effect.
Now, my
This thing has
argument
no utility there.
my
No
argument
utility
against
whatsoever.
that is that it's technically not an 8 mana do nothing for the sole reason that it's in the command zone, which means you're going to build around it and you're going to have cheaper options to trigger it the moment it hits. At least that's how my thought process works.
Sure, the issue though is because it's in your command zone, it's incredibly telegraphed.
That's fair.
So your opponent just look at each other and like silently communicate who has the removal. Um, in addition,
So the blue player will now always be hovering 2 mana.
the blue player or the white player with Sword to Plowshares and the
Right.
black player with Murder. There's like
Right.
infinite ways to deal with it because it has no protection. Like you say, you want it to be hard to kill, but like it's not.
I mean, if I give it indestructible or hexproof, then it's a problem.
Well, what I would argue, if you're gonna keep the flying, keep the flying. Okay, make me suffer and cry. Understood.
Red moment.
Question: this
Yes.
thing in its original source, does it
Yes.
start as God and continue to be God, or does it grow more powerful?
I'd say it starts as God.
Okay.
So we're thinking not the +1/+1 counter. Oh.
I would make it so it's not +1/+1 counters. It's +1/+1 until end of turn,
Okay.
and give it haste. It's like a solid bracket 2 commander.
Yeah.
Solid bracket 3 commander.
Bracket 2, bracket
Like,
3
without-
shenanigans. You're in
Give it
red.
riot.
Riot would be fun. I agree. Give it riot.
Riot. Because
But-
give it haste if you want it, or get that starting +1/+1
Yep.
counter.
I agree. Giving it riot sounds perfect. Jesus.
I hope the guy who was in the suit for this shot had a good time.
Oh, I'm sure he did. This is the first time, by the way, Varan fans have eaten like anything in fucking years.
Just
So we're gonna step into Jeskai here instead. We're gonna show you a Jeskai card. All right.
my favorite color combination, polluted with red.
Yep. Polluted with red. I had to sink in. All right. I introduce you to another underrated but fan-loved character, Jet Jaguar, Hope of the People. So, Jet Jaguar is a 6-cost 5/5 with Flash and Vigilance. Are you ready for the paragraph?
Yeah. hit
This
me with it.
ability is called Just in Time. When this creature enters the battlefield, counter target's spell or activated ability. Each player exiles the top card of their library. Until your next end step, each player may cast any number of spells exiled this way and may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to do so. It is Jeskai Chaos.
On a 5/5 body? What the? Okay.
His
okay.
body is not what's important here.
I know. I'm just processing everything. So first of all,
First
you
of all,
called it
we're bouncing
chaos.
on it.
It's chaos theft group hug,
Yep, it's Chaos Theft Group Hug.
but there's no black anywhere in it.
Nope.
Which would normally be a color break, except for the fact that it is group hug.
Yep.
You're not stealing anyone's shit.
No,
You're putting
listen.
it in the communism pile.
Look, the wording on this card might be a little weird, but I cooked, okay?
Okay, first of all, who the fuck is who is hovering 6 mana in Jeskai the combo color?
Me, bitch.
I see the vision. It's just that the vision is of like
Disneyland?
a Jeskai is like a red, white, and blue turd. So,
If we don't like this idea, he's definitely Jeskai. However, the thing that I really like about Jet Jaguar is that he shit posts. So Jet Jaguar is like this big Power Rangers-esque toy guardian. He's literally powered by like a Joy console controller, and he just fucking emotes. Like he drop kicks people, stands up, and then goes, and then like fucking dabs on them. So if there's a way that we could do like a taunting emote mechanic, I don't know how that would work.
what I would do to try and keep this effect in spirit
Right.
is I would make him cheaper,
Okay.
lower his stats, but give
Okay.
him prowess. Because if you want him to emote on people, you give him prowess.
Okay. Yeah,
Just
and we're in potential storm
Jeskai.
colors for sure.
We're in Jeskai.
Yeah.
They are the prowess color. Red is
Yeah.
red. I know all of you standard players forget this, but prowess used to be a Jeskai thing.
Vivi. What? Huh? What? Sorry.
I would reduce his cost, reduce him to a 2/2.
Mhm.
I'm talking like just Jeskai, blue, red, white. That's it for the cost.
Okay.
Then I would make
3
the-
mana 2/2 with Flash, Vigilance, Prowess.
with Flash, Vigilance, Prowess.
Okay.
Maybe make it a 4 cost. Add a generic in there. I would also give him some sort of innate flicker ability, and then he has Vigilance, so you can swing with him, keep him on, then tap to pay to flicker him, tap him. And tap
This makes logical sense, and the Prowess would allow you to power him up before you swing and then do your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're stealing people's shit and dunking on them.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been this kind of like communism pool before.
Yeah.
That's like
Literally just in the center of the board, welcome to the communism pool.
Alright.
Anyways.
Jet Jaguar gets up, down, left, right, AB start for me.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna show you my favorite kaiju next. We're gonna
I think I know who.
It's actually not who I'm named after, fun fact.
Oh, it's so what I'm hearing is that you're a cheating bitch.
Maybe a little. This card is technically one of the reskins available in Magic. I have tried to build it multiple times over. I fucking hate it as a card. For context, the card is Garuda. I don't like Garuda. So, allow me to show you Gigan, but as he was intended.
Gigan just got invented.
So, Gigan Sadistic Invader. First of all, Gigan is not
I'm sorry. I just need to stop here. I swear to God, I thought you had done the fucking like red eye gleam thing.
I mean, I can do that in post. First of all, Gigan is not fucking Dimir. I don't know why they put him in black blue, but there is nothing fucking blue about this man.
Have you considered that he came out of the water?
He literally didn't. He comes from space. I debated giving this card haste. I decided against it because it's in red, which means it's going to have haste, and I think alone with haste, it's horrifying. Oh yeah, that's your face. Alright, so allow me to explain. This is a 5-drop, yes, but it's an artifact. So remember, it's an artifact, so it's coming out sooner. Now then,
first of all, artifacts speed out anything, not just artifacts, but sure.
This is a 6/2 with Start Your Engines, meaning it introduces the speed mechanic the moment it hits field, and Myriad, which means every time it swings, there's a token copy of it swinging at everyone other than you. And it has max speed. Creatures you control with toughness 2 or less have double strike and afflict 2, which means your board wants to go wide and small.
So I do have to be an annoying piece of shit here.
Okay.
Myriad does not work on this card.
Why not?
You're going to create token copies of this card?
Absolutely.
Have you read the first word of his type?
Fuck. I got so excited because I love Myriad, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Have you considered multiple combat phases?
That is funny, and it achieves the same thing.
It achieves the same
If
thing.
not better.
If not better, and you get to bully the same motherfucker.
Correct. Which means you can either share the love or bully someone out of the game.
The only other issue with this card, frankly, is this thing is... You forgot to give it first strike?
It gets that when it gets double strike.
So, okay, follow me on this.
Mm-hmm.
You play this.
Yep.
Turn, let's be nice and say 4.
Okay.
You got a soul ring in there somewhere.
Okay.
Start Your Engines happens.
Yep.
You now have to wait at least 3 more turns for this to get double strike. Until then, what does it do?
Aura farms, I don't know.
6/2.
Persist
sure.
would be funny. And
I'm not sure
pause.
that fits the character.
It fits the character perfectly because in the film this version of Gigan is from, and this is not the original Gigan, but no one cares. This is from Final Wars, and in that film, he literally fucking explodes. He gets absolutely eviscerated, and then he is rebuilt with chainsaw hands instead of scythe hands, and just comes back.
Is he stronger or weaker?
I would say much stronger.
Then there's a different one other than Persist that's basically the same, but it gives a +1/+1 instead of a -1/-1, and it's less combo.
Gotcha. Anything else you're thinking about the sadistic fuck?
Have it pay to pay life, something, do the thing when it has a +1/+1. However you want to make the extra combat trigger work, you make sense of that. That's not my issue.
Cool. I like this plan. All right. I have made you suffer a little with this one, and I have publicly embarrassed myself because I forgot that Myriad works that way, which is great. That's sick. That's awesome.
This is what I'm here for, right?
You know what? Let's publicly embarrass myself further. Let's get the stupid one out of the way.
Okay.
So here comes a stupid one. This is canonically the only kaiju that has ever killed Godzilla. This is a 9-cost mono-red 7/7 devil, Destroyah, Death of Humanity. It has flying, and its ability is asphyxiation. This creature was born from a device that eradicates any and all oxygen, hence the theme. And so, when this creature enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each other creature equal to the difference between the lowest life total and the highest life total amongst players. For each creature destroyed this way, or by this effect rather, you could say this way instead, this creature deals 1 damage to any target. Now, the funny thing about this is that you can instantly kill someone with it if you have Brash Taunter on the field, or Stuffy Doll. But regardless of that, I'll let you tell me what you think about this.
I wish it was black.
You wish it was mono black or Rakdos?
Mono black, exact same effect, except it's lose life and put -1/-1 counters.
Interesting.
But otherwise, because red doesn't deal with like life pills or whatever.
That's fair.
Black does. Black does, and I think that the death of asphyxiation is, in my mind, not a red death. A red
Yeah.
death involves way more RPGs.
I could 100% see this being
just,
mono black demon, not devil.
just like replace every red
Excuse
pip
me,
with
sorry.
black. Um, Enters, it places a number of -1 like X -1 counters on each other creature.
Where X is the amount of life you pay.
Where no, just X is the difference.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Keep that. And then because translation, destroy all creatures on the battlefield.
Yeah.
But like you could replace it with that, ignoring like indestructible.
And I mean,
I still think the card would be fair.
if it's in mono black, the funny thing about that is that now it doesn't just have to deal 1 damage to any target. Now it will be healing you for each 1 damage, because that's mono black's whole thing when it pings.
Well,
So,
again, if you want to make it heal, go ahead. But I
Yeah.
don't think that's even necessary. I think because a board wipe that also says everyone loses life for everything killed this way is already pretty good. Like this card is like
it's
either
a
win-or card.
responsive card.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
either, because based on life total, it's either a win more card because you have such a huge life lead advantage already. You're just finishing. In which case, yeah,
Right.
or it's like it's a comeback card that also nukes your own board. Like
Yep.
let's not forget that this is all creatures, so it like
To
I
each
feel
other
like,
creature,
honestly,
yeah.
it's less problematic than something like Acheron. I don't know. You always complain about how I pronounce that. Acheron of Cruelty.
Archon. It's
Archon of Cruelty.
literally ARCHON. It's not Akron,
Archon.
it's ARCHON. It's literally Archon.
Okay, Archeon of Cruelty. I feel
I'm-
like is
Okay, let's go back to blue, shall we? I'm going to send you 3 cards. So this not only uses partner, not only uses meld, but it also takes advantage of the fact that vehicles can now be commanders. And just like that, Anthony is now having an aneurysm.
I need to Google what the fuck meld is.
So, give me a moment
my
to
God.
send these 3
my
cards.
God. I know what
Oops.
meld is.
Introducing one of my favorite Godzilla characters, yet another, M.O.G.U.E.R.A. So, M.O.G.U.E.R.A is essentially a Power Rangers like Megazord. He's vehicles that combine, and he's 2. So, he is Star Falcon and Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A. So let's go through these one at a time. We're going to start with Star Falcon. Alright? This is a big package that you need to rate all together in one.
Pause.
Ooh woo. So
It's a
just
big package, you say.
let me yap and think about it in the meantime, okay? So, Star Falcon is a 4 mana 3/3. Now, immediately, I actually think I kind of want to reduce that by 1, but vehicles are normally more expensive than they need to be. They are normally unreasonably overcosted. So,
Yes.
this is
And, I
a
hate these comments.
real. This is a 4 mana 3/3 legendary vehicle with flash and flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control both Star Falcon and Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A, you may pay 3 generic, 1 colorless, 1 blue, exile them both, then return them to the battlefield melded into M.O.G.U.E.R.A. And it has Partner Defense Force, which is similar to the new partner mechanics. It makes it so that it can only be partnered with other Defense Force stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There's just 2 of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
They both have Crew 3. The other one, Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A, is a 5-drop, 4 generic, 1 colorless. It is a 5/5 with Vigilance. Whenever Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A or another vehicle you control enters the battlefield, each opponent mills cards equal to that vehicle's mana cost. The ideal play pattern for that would, of course, be land M.O.G.U.E.R.A and then flashing in Starfalcon later. That starts the mill chain. The big boy himself, M.O.G.U.E.R.A, is an 8/8 with vigilance and reach instead of flying, because he's now a big walker. He's a big mech, not a flying jet anymore. And I need to open this up a little so I can read it better. If a spell or ability would cause M.O.G.U.E.R.A to leave the battlefield, instead counter that effect. Whenever a vehicle you control becomes crewed, each opponent exiles the top card of their library until they exile a total mana value equal to or greater than that vehicle's mana value. So, this deck deals with two things. First of all, Meld sucks ass because it turns two cards into a single card that can easily be removed. M.O.G.U.E.R.A is built different and tries to stay on the board. The second thing that it resolves is that vehicles are overpriced. Cool! Now that they're overpriced, you can take advantage of that by making every single vehicle in your deck Tasha's Hideous Laughter and win through milling.
Did you
Go.
look at Tasha's Hideous Laughter when writing that last effect?
No, I went off memory, which means it could be slightly worded wrong, but it's meant to be each player Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
I get that. Second of all, for that last effect, you use instead there. I'm being a nitpicky little fuck here.
You should be.
Instead it's used for replacement effects. Like
Gotcha.
instead is the replacement effect. You can just say if a spell or an ability would just like cause this card to leave the battlefield, counter it.
Gotcha.
I would have issues with that because I don't think there's any other removal in the game other than I guess
Combat. Combat.
I guess
You would have to kill this through combat.
well, okay. First of all, Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A should be white, not colorless. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Vehicles are Azorius. That is the
Okay.
color of vehicles. I don't know why you're. It's also Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A cannot be your commander.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so hold on. There's a reason for that. Partner was not on the card until right after, or oh my god, until right before this stream started. Originally, it was you search your library for Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A and add it to hand. But I didn't like that because the play pattern goal was to play Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A first, so that literally made absolutely no sense. So I changed it to partners, but I forgot to change Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A over to being a legendary artifact vehicle.
No, that's fine.
So
That's fine. I'm envisioning in my mind.
I'm very happy that you caught that, but yeah, that was a recent mistake that I will remedy immediately.
I would genuinely. I would Yu-Gi-Oh this. I would think more about Yu-Gi-Oh when I would make these. I think Starfalcon needs to be more of a combo piece and less of just a fucking liability.
Fair enough.
um,
It's a flash card in Azorius, so we can do something with that.
It's a flash vehicle, which means you have to have a creature to tap to crew it. Also, its crew cost is way too high. But because right now, you could make this entire deck okay, here's how you actually make this concept work and be efficient. You remove Starfalcon from existence and replace the partner mechanic with just at the beginning of your upkeep you can pay this amount to flip Land M.O.G.U.E.R.A into M.O.G.U.E.R.A, and then nothing of value is lost.
That just means I need to change Starfalcon for certain, because that's not the point.
Yeah, no, exactly. Starfalcon needs to be a card in and of itself instead of a brick you use to meld.
Right.
And I think, frankly, what it needs to be is it needs to be a vehicle's cost reducer or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't, and frankly, if you want this to be at all, you see, I would say a -2 on vehicle costs, but then like
Anger,
you just
knock
play
it off.
this and it's broken anyways. I don't think Mo.G.U.E.R.A needs that much protection. I think it needs to be a better card
It
before
just needs to be a win con.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've frankly just give it indestructible. And then like
See,
hope
that's
that
hilarious because it originally had indestructible, but I didn't like that. I
well no
originally gave it indestructible, but I was like, I want it to be better.
yeah, frankly if you
I
because
want this
remember
shit to counter swords to plowshares because fuck white players.
hexproof.
Fair enough.
You're in the color for it.
Yeah.
Indestructible hexproof. And frankly, like remember, bro, even if it gets killed, if the parts of it are good anyways.
They're also just going to go back to the command zone, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm so glad that several of these that I thought were going to be fine have been horrible, and several that I thought were going to be horrible have been fine. That's just like the peak card game creating experience.
I really just said, yeah, this mono red card, this is totally
Yeah,
fine.
this is fine.
Oh, this funny little vehicles commander.
Yep. See, the thing about that is I think it's because it's in the colors that you play. So you immediately know all of the problems with it. All right, I'm gonna show you a chill card that's just fun and cool and creative deck building. Hey, look, it's me, Hedorah, the Smog Monster. It is a 5-mana 6/6, which, you know, fuck you. The reason for that is at the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature you control. So effectively, you want to make him a 5/5, which means he's playing on curve for the normal mono black stats, which would be a 5-mana 5/5. Creatures you control with -1/-1 counters on them have Toxic X, where X is the number of where X is equal to the number of counters on them. Sorry.
Can you give me more lore on this guy?
So, Hedorah is very, very simple. He's just a poop monster that really likes to eat pollution. That's it. He's literally just a big goop that eats pollution. See, I thought this would be fun because it's an archetype that does not exist as far as I'm aware, which is putting -1/-1 counters on your own creatures.
What if once per turn, tap, pay mana, you were able to if this deck's about pollution,
Yep,
right?
yep.
When something dies and it comes back, like with persist, which puts a -1/-1 counter on it. So what if this thing gave your creatures persist, either as an activated ability, you put a persist counter on. Persist counter wouldn't work because it'd be removed as it left the battlefield.
Right.
But like when something you control, like when like tap.
I think it genuinely would just have to be creatures you control have persist.
Yeah, that'd have to be how it is.
Yeah.
In which case, I would remove its top ability.
Yep, I think that makes sense.
Proliferate in this deck becomes very funny.
Yeah.
And then I would try and drop its power and toughness, I think. If it has persist, and it's giving everything you have persist, that's insane.
I'm glad you liked Poop Man.
Poop Man works good. Poop Man good.
Poop Man good. Poop good. Actually, there's a lot more blue cards in here than I thought there were. So, for context, we have 1, 2, 3, 4... We have 4 cards remaining. We are over halfway there. How are you feeling?
I'm good to go. I mean, no cards have been boring.
Okay.
That's because I hate Gruul.
Gruul is, as someone who enjoys Gruul is boring. It's very straightforward, it's very simple, and that's part of its appeal.
What if I hit face?
Yeah, what if I punch your dick? Let's look at some more blue.
Yippee!
Let's go to Simic. Let's go to the problem color. All right.
I love that. Simic.
Titanosaurus Ocean's Wrath. It is a 6-cost 7/7 dinosaur leviathan with trample. And this motherfucker is both a removal and a draw engine. At the beginning of each... At the
At the
begging?
beginning.
At the begging. Nice. Nice. Point and laugh. Yeah, typo. Minor spelling mistake.
Get fucked. LMAO, get fucked.
All right.
Yuzu.
When you beg your opponent on your knees, they might just let you bounce a creature because that's the goal. If a creature you control left the battlefield this turn, each end step, Titanosaurus Ocean's Wrath fights target creature and opponent controls, sorry. If that creature dies, draw a card. So this is a Simic removal and draw engine in a deck where you are bouncing other creatures. Or using fight spells that purposefully kill the thing that is fighting. He's debating it. He doesn't know, chat. He doesn't know.
No, I do know. What's the lore of this card? Give me a lore breakdown.
So Titanosaurus is another pretty simple kaiju, which it's a very old one, and it's pretty much just it's a leviathan. It's chillin'. It got pissed off by the military, came ashore, and then did kaiju things.
Is there a okay, first of all, leaves the battlefield effects are usually black or white. Black if they're meant to be death effects, and white if they're meant to be flicker.
So my counterpoint to that is mono green morbid, which is what this was based on.
Here's what I'll say.
Yes, yes.
Is when you have more complicated. So, in Magic color design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing here in this card is blue. I'm sorry to say.
Okay, fair enough.
Drawing a card does not a blue card make. Especially
Fair enough.
It's going to have two blue pips.
Fair
Second
enough.
of all, Morbid appears on literally not a single blue card in existence.
Fair enough.
It's in a lot of green. It's in a lot of black. It's in some red. It's in a little white.
But it's not in Simic.
It is not. Nothing even blue. There's some in Golgari, but there's like literally none in blue.
Yep.
Usually, when you have these complicated keywords like this, they are more color exclusive. And this seems to have just been an Innistrad mechanic. So, I don't think Morbid works on this card.
Okay. And I have no problem. I have no problem admitting that this is one of the last cards I designed, and the ability was very much so shoehorned, because Leviathans suck and they don't have good good abilities.
The other thing I'd say here is that the reason it is in so few it's in no blue cards and so few white cards, is to avoid blinking triggering it. Look, I think I'm gonna be an asshole and just say neat. Go home and try again.
Yeah, no, that's so fair. So my thought process would be, it's a big ocean creature. It screams and does sonic waves. What are we doing with that? Because I don't fucking know. Are we doing board-wide stun counters? That's the only thing I can think of.
Stun's not a bad idea. Plot-wise, it's just chilling there until eventually it comes up and fucks up with shit. What's it a metaphor for? Because all these Godzilla movies are metaphors.
No, this one's not a metaphor. It's just a big fish that gets pissed off. Not every Godzilla monster is a metaphor. There's literally one of the first Godzilla monsters is named M.O.G.U.E.R.A, and it's literally just a giant fucking lobster. That's it. You know what? It's fine. Card's bad. We're gonna make it a big dumb meatball.
Make it entertainment also, just for the lulz.
Just because he's passive.
Yeah, just because he's a bottom.
Raw. Next question. All right, moving on. Do you want the Abzan card, the Sultai card, or the Dimir card?
Let's end with Dimir. Let's do them in the order you just said them.
Okay, so Abzan.
Yeah.
This is Megalon Subterranean Guardian.
Smash.
Nice. The entire Godzilla community just fucking cheered for you. Alright, so this is a 6 mana 4/8 with double strike. So we are doing green shit here, where it is overstated to high hell.
I
Now
can
then,
help.
when this creature enters the battlefield, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. And it has another passive called Tunnel Network. Whenever you sacrifice a land, exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield at the beginning of your next upkeep. So the idea is that it's tunneling through lands. Everyone's gonna fucking hate this card in lower brackets. People who play higher brackets are like, yeah, this is fine.
You want to know the thing about this?
Hmm.
I actually really like it.
Okay. Megalon,
Um,
stay winning.
I I need to like put it through a couple times and like check its colors. But just the idea of having a card like this that wants to like basically just basic land everyone's boards.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going mana neutral there. They get to search for the color they want.
Yeah.
But it just says, hey, fuck your bullshit, fuck your Nix's Shrine.
No ancient tomb. Get out of here.
No ancient tombs, and like, yeah, color fit, commit to a color. Like worst
Right.
case scenario, it's just saying commit to one of the two colors that your tap land has. Seems reasonable to me. The only other thing you can do with it that's a little annoying is, and this is of course what I do. What you do is you play a fetch land and pass turn. Then on your opponent's upkeep, you sack the tap land. Wait, no, but it triggers on end step, so you can't even do it in the middle of people's turns. But that means you can't recur. I would be an asshole, and I would make it blink and come back immediately. So that way, as many lands as you can sack, you can essentially tap that many non-basic lands your opponent controls,
Mm-hmm.
turning them into tap lands,
Yep.
and then they don't have them on that turn.
Yep.
The only issue I have is that I think that I would need to see some like right now this thing is just kind of a weird stacks piece with no win con. Not even stacks, but like is this weird disruptive thing. I don't think this ability justifies that cost. The only thing that justifies that cost is the double strike and the 4/8. And if you use tunnel network on the turn, you're like this thing's you have reason to have this thing blink out during that turn, and then it's going to have summoning sickness.
Right.
This thing's very rarely going to attack anyways. I think it's definitely white. It's definitely green. I don't see a ton of reason for it to be black, other than insects tend to be Golgari.
Mm-hmm.
I would. Oh,
This
whenever
this
a
is
land,
this is the insect color. So
whenever a land leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life.
okay. There you go. You know what? I like it.
Does this guy appear in a movie by busting out of a city?
Kind of, yes. So he actually appears alongside the original version of Gigan and Jet Jaguar, and Godzilla and Jet Jaguar have to team up to throw hands with Megalon and Gigan. And I don't know if you've seen the Godzilla sliding dropkick.
Yes, I have.
That's what that's from. Jet Jaguar literally does the Piccolo hold, and then Godzilla comes sliding in and drop kicks one of them. It is the funniest shit. We are not going to end with the Dimir card, because the Sultai card is actually one of my favorites.
Okay.
So
And I have a Sultan.
we are going to save the Sultai card for last. Let's deal with the Dimir card. I would like to introduce you to one of the Godzilla kaiju that genuinely scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Activate ability, give Brandon PTSD.
Yes. This is Orga Voracious Adapter. This is a... First of all, X cost, followed by 4 pips. It is
She's
an
gonna voracious my adapter till I Orga.
she she voracious on my adapter till I Orga. So, first of all, Orga voracious adapter cannot be blocked. If this creature would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and that player mills that many cards.
Okay, so we're
When this
bringing that
creature
effect.
enters, exile up to X creatures from graveyards. This creature gains the combined power and toughness of all creatures exiled this way.
Yeah, this is fair. This is actually like ironically fair balance.
Hell yeah.
I look if you look if someone's this doesn't actually scare big stompy players. Because big stompy players are just going to keep all their shit on the battlefield. You have to kill their shit before it's the graveyard.
Well,
This is
or mill them.
anti-reanimate. Or mill them. But like, yeah,
Literally just hit the glimpse the unthinkable or unfathomable or something. Just play that on a big stompy player and then exile their graveyard, and you've got like a 100/100.
I mean, look, so long as they don't make like reverse wall of bossing, say
Reverse wall. It's just a battering ram.
Yeah, they try to do that with drill, but drill's still fair. No, that seems fair to me. I mean, the only thing is like if this card in playtest is too problematic, you just put 2 X's in the cost.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
Orga fans stay winning. So do you want to know why? Do you want to know why this creature scared the shit out of me when I was a kid?
Because it looks like that?
No. His design is perfectly fine, actually. I think his design is really cool. The problem is that his jaw unhinges like a snake, but it goes so far that it's like down to his stomach that his mouth opens that wide, and he straight up tries to vor Godzilla. Like, literally just full body in my mouth now tries to consume Godzilla. And that, for some reason, just scared the shit out of me. So, this is a 2-sided card. I'm only showing you the first side first.
Okay. You're
I'm being a bitch.
You're teasing me.
So this is the Towering Rose.
3 cost, 2 and a green, so mono green. Defender reach 0/4, so perfectly fine.
Yep.
Landfall.
It's a worse Lotus Cobra.
I mean, technically,
debatable if you want to use it defending, then it's technically better.
Well, and it also has a transform effect. Landfall, add 1 green to your mana pool, so we're just doing landfall bullshit. Yeah, no, look, plant mutant. So I know there's some Golgari synergies with mutant actually, but I don't think they're super relevant here. Nothing here screams like you just drop this on turn 3. You keep playing your game, and everyone forgets what the backside does.
Yep, and then once you have 8 mana. First of all, the reason why Biollante is in Sultai, and blue is really important here, is because this is the reanimated corpse of a scientist's daughter.
Aww.
So, this is Biollante Agony's Scream. This is a 0/10 with Defender, Reach, and Hexproof, and its ability reads Rain of Pollen. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, each player gets a rad counter. Create a copy of that creature, except it is a 0/1 plant. The amount of gears turning in that head. Look at you go.
Sick art.
Thank you. Biollante's design does go unreasonably hard. She is arguably one of the best, but potentially most underrated kaiju in all of Godzilla.
My only issue is that, well, the biggest issue is that I feel like the front and the back face are 2 entirely different archetypes.
The I mean, that's also slightly on purpose because that's very much so how it is. Because, like, it's just a big rose waiting to hatch into the thing that actually matters.
Yes, but at the same time, from a gameplay perspective, you're opening what the thing is to start with is the thing players are going to interact with more than anything.
Hmm.
Because, if the Towering Rose gets killed, they have to replay it. If they get killed before they can flip it, the Towering Rose is all they experience. The Towering Rose needs to be, like, from a gameplay perspective, fun and interesting. It, and it, like,
I would be
I think
more than happy to somehow add rad counters onto the Towering Rose.
landfall I think that if you're not going to have landfall be consistent from both faces, it shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be in either.
Okay.
Instead, just hypothetical here.
Mm-hmm.
During your end step, put a rad counter on each player.
Okay.
Then you may pay this amount reduced by X, where X is the highest number of rad counters amongst
Mm.
players.
Wait, that's actually
Then
peak, especially because rad
transform the
counters
rest.
have the chance to not go away.
Exactly. And it's
That's
also not
actually
counting
peak.
all rad counters. So if you use a bunch of group rad counters, it's not going to be like, well, I put one on everyone and now there's like infinity.
And now,
It's free.
here's Biollante.
Yeah. Um,
Because then she's
and then
coming
it looks
out
like there's
turn
an end
4
step
at the
thing.
latest. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Just
And
highest
then
number is the correct decision.
highest number. And then honestly, I would probably make it cheaper because rad counters do tend to go away.
Fair enough.
And given that there's no multiple ways to trigger it because it's just on end step.
Yeah.
Then for Biollante, creating a copy of non-token creatures that die. Is there precedent for that? Because it's a very powerful effect, and putting it on a hex-proof creature is like problematic.
I mean, still dies to literally every board wipe run in Commander, but
Sure, I agree. Still though,
my thought process was, and you're welcome to suggest literally anything else. Tell me that it's a bad idea. You're welcome to suggest whatever. My thought process was that she dies, gets turned into a plant, and then when she's fighting, she just constantly makes all these smaller plants that are like all these little mouth things that lunge at. You can kind of see a few of them on
yeah,
the right side of the card.
we
So,
have plant tokens.
yeah, 0/1 plant. Yeah.
So here would be my suggestion. First of all, the issue with this thing is susceptible to board wipes is that if it's on the battlefield and you have a bunch of things,
Yeah.
and then someone plays a board wipe, you can stack the triggers such that all the other things die, you get tokens of them, then she dies.
Yeah.
Okay. Follow me on this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's say, hypothetically,
Where did the Joker voice come from?
whenever someone loses life due to a rad counter, create a plant token. During your end step, give every player a rad counter for each plant you control.
Oh no. Oh no.
But then also at the end of the day, honestly, the issue here is just that people might die to the loss of life and not to the mill.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like if your goal was to win with the mill, you would be running more mill in your deck. So
Yeah, but then when you build the deck, wouldn't you make it loss of life?
I
But then
will
if you do
say
that,
my hatred of transform effects probably shows in this card because I think like meld and transform are dog shit because you're never seeing the other fucking side and the moment you see it it's getting removed. So
I
you
think
you
that
can see yeah.
yeah, I would make it upkeep, and I would make all these other suggestions. And I do think Agony Scream goes hard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna give my review of the whole set.
Okay, it's dog shit.
I
There
think
were more mistakes than I thought there were, but I suppose that's what happens when you're working in card development, right?
um, first of all, Magic the Gathering has literally printed like incorrect terms on their cards.
Hell
So
yeah.
have fun with that. Okay, I'm gonna go back through it. I'm gonna be mean. Are you okay with this?
Go ahead, be mean.
Okay, I think Varan is not an illegitimate card. I do think it's the most gruel.
It's
Ugh.
Gruul. I made a Gruul card.
It's gruel and it's lame because it's gruel. Jet
Hey,
Jaguar.
Varan lovers are just happy to see it. Anyways,
Um, Jet Jaguar stole all the cool ideas from Varan, but accidentally forgot to be playable.
he was too busy emoting, okay?
He was too busy emoting. Um, Gigan once it's
Gigan.
a terrible
Fucking
mistake with
Gigan.
it. I think it's a neat card. It will. I forget how we. Did we give it away
We
to deal
said
damage?
we
Did
said
we
give
give
it
it
first strike and multiple
Yes.
combats.
Yes, it needs first strike.
Hmm.
Destroy.
Destroyah's a funny little guy. We said change him to mono black.
Change it to mono black.
Mm-hmm.
Megara, throw in the trash bin. Start forward.
Megara.
Just beat it over a head, like deconstruct it, reconstruct it, like literally do a Yu-Gi-Oh ass like retrain where they're like, you remember this vanilla from the show from 20 years ago? Here's a completely new archetype that like shoves it like this random vanilla into it and like has the power of Jesus fuck. That's what you need to do this set. Um, Hedorah is cool. Titanosaurus is
No.
not a Simic card.
No.
You do. Uh,
Titanosaurus was shoehorned in, and we all know it.
Megalon is based, cool, sexy, and awesome, and I wish he was more based, more cool, more sexy, and more awesome.
I cannot tell you how happy that is going to make the Godzilla fan base. For context, everyone, well, okay, not everyone, but like the cringe fans, aka me, refer to Megalon and Gigan as the gay roommates. So
Orga's fine. Orga's fine. Could be printed.
Orga stay winning.
And then I think Biollante
Biollante.
Biollante has a lot of potential.
We just didn't quite get there in the original draft.
Yeah, you were too focused on trying to skip to be like, get me out of towering row space, get me out of
Get me out of here. Genuine question. Overall set, do you think it was underpowered or overpowered?
Underpowered because half the cards didn't work.
That's my magic touch. All right, so the next set that I do is going to be absolutely batshit insane.
Look, everyone, I am a fan of custom card making. The only issue is I have no ideas. Put in the comments below what you want to see me make a custom card archetype for.
We
Put
love
right down there in
engagement
the
bait.
comments. Like, comment, and subscribe.
We love engagement bait.
And we'll see what crack shit I cook up.
Godzilla fans, if you want more. Anyways,
Godzilla fans stay winning, truly.
Godzilla fans stay losing these days. I don't think we've gotten I don't think we've gotten any like good games or any. Well, okay, no, that's not true. So I haven't looked into it that much. I looked into it briefly, but there is now a Godzilla card game. So, what are your final remarks?